All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take Sharp and Shapiro. See, that's why we are a very diverse show. One segment, we have Michael Avenatti and Tom Arnold. Michael Avenatti, established attorney. And then we have Sandy Van from the Van Law Firm come in. Two very different attorneys, make no mistake about it.
Two totally different attorneys. One is, Michael Avenatti is not an ambulance chaser, as he has been referred to on multiple times. And Sandy Van is an outstanding
good attorney.
Local attorney.
Absolutely. So, we like to give you choices. If you want to call Michael Avenatti, you can. If you get into a car accident in Las Vegas, I highly recommend calling Sandy Van from the Van Law Firm. We mentioned this a little bit earlier in the show. I wanted to get to it right away. Rob Gronkowski, this is no surprise to anyone. Months back, he announced, he's probably played his last football game. Well, he made it official. And Gronkowski, of course, former New England Patriots tight end, talking about football, just taking the joy out of his life. And I'll tell you, it's very similar to Andrew Luck. It's very similar to the comments he made. Here's Rob Gronkowski in his own words.
I want to be clear to my fans. I needed to recover. I was not in a good place. Football was bringing me down, and I didn't like it. And I was losing that joy in life.
He's speaking from the heart there.
He sounds like he might have early onset CTE, to be honest with you.
I hope not.
He doesn't sound the most mentally.
He's always talked like that.
Has
though.
he really?
Yeah,
okay.
he's always talked like that. No, I think
that wasn't the best audio in those circumstances.
He's always talked like that. He talked about how his CBD team is helping him heal.
I knew I just have to fix myself. And I believe I have the tools. I have the people around me. I have CBD medic team around me now to help me to deal with my pain whenever I need it, during a workout, whatever it is, so I can do the most safe alternative way for myself.
But the good news is, he went on to say he thinks that, everything's headed in the right direction with all this stuff.
I am very satisfied where I am in life now. And I truly believe going through those tough times, 9 years off the field, on the field, has brought me to this point, and I believe I'm on the right path in my life.
I've always liked this guy. I think he's great for the NFL. He has been great for the NFL. Obviously, he's helped the Patriots tremendously win championship Super Bowls and win a lot of football games. He's a beast. He always has been a beast. He's a hard worker. He's physical.
He might have the best 10-year career of any tight end in NFL history.
Phenomenal. And that tandem between him and Tom Brady, I feel very privileged to have been able to watch that tandem over the years.
Brady owes him a couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Let's be 100% honest.
No question.
But he would not be famous without football. Nobody would know who he is without the NFL.
He could have been on Jersey Shore. What are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe.
He could have been been like the
possibly.
Situation.
Except those guys are all.
He could have been a Chippendale.
Those guys are all 5'8", and Rob's 6'7". He wouldn't fit in.
That's a mean thing to say. He's a beefcake.
He can't say football was bringing him down. Football brought him up into prominence.
You understand what he's saying.
I get what he's saying.
The injuries, all the work he put into it. He wasn't able to live a normal life.
He also signed a contract for $120 million for 4 or 5 years.
I understand that, but if you're going to be in pain the rest of your life.
I get it. And now he's making major money from the CBD sponge. So the guy's doing okay for himself. And I'm not convinced that him or Andrew Luck are really done. If they're both 29, 30 years old, they might be back in 2 years. It could just be a temporary thing.
I could definitely see that with Rob Gronkowski. I truly believe in my heart the latter end. I don't think he's coming back with the Colts or any other franchise. And the reason why I say that with Andrew Luck is based on the way he went out the door. He has a ton of money, but we're not talking really about money between these two guys. They're both very wealthy. Rob Gronkowski's a little crazy, and he's a party animal, right? Make no mistake about it. But
boy, we had a porn star on, Rochelle Ryan, who was in love with Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah. I don't know. I think when you take both of these, look, it's a difficult situation. I think one is more, not to say Andrew Luck isn't suffering from a lot of injuries, because he is. His whole career's been plagued with injuries.
They both clearly are.
I think with Luck, there's a little bit more mental that has been put into this than with Gronkowski. I think with Gronkowski, nothing to do with the mental stuff. I think it's got everything to do with the physical injuries.
I'm not sure that Jim Irsay and Andrew Luck, Jim Irsay was the owner of the Colts, I'm not sure they had the best relationship. I think that
no, they didn't.
I think that may be part of what's.
It's just like any other job.
I think he may have been pressuring Luck to come back, kind of like the Warriors pressured Durant to come back, and you saw what happened with that.
It's just like any other job. When you roll into work, you want to be able to work with people that you really, really like.
Do you think that if Kevin Durant doesn't get hurt and he was the best player in the NBA by far, we cannot guarantee that he will be again. Do you think that if Kevin Durant didn't get hurt the way he did and tear his Achilles tendon, that Andrew Luck still retires?
I don't think that had anything to do with this decision. I think what you mentioned before that had a lot to do with this decision. Besides the injuries, I think his relationship with management, I believe that had a lot to do with it. I also believe everything played a little bit of a role. The fact that he's having a child, the fact that the fans are booing him, the fact that his injuries aren't getting as better as fast as he would have wanted them to, the fact that he hasn't won in the playoffs, the fact that the pressure is mounting on this guy over and over and over again. I think you put all these factors together, and the fact that he is already extremely wealthy and set for the rest of his life and maybe 30 lifetimes over, you take all those factors into effect, yes. But when you look at Rob Gronkowski, I look at one factor with Rob Gronkowski. And guess what? It has nothing to do with winning Super Bowls. It has nothing to do with the mental aspect of the game. I believe with Rob Gronkowski, it is 100% on his physical injuries. He wants to be able to be out there and not be in pain.
He also wants to be a movie star, an action
But I
hero.
don't think that was his decision here. I really don't. I think that, and look, I could be wrong. You could be right. It's just my opinion. I think that with Rob Gronkowski, it was strictly about his injuries. The guy's won, at every level. And I think with Andrew Luck, it's got a lot of factors. I think it's got a lot to do with it. And, I think we'll have to wait and see what happens. Look, would I be completely shocked if Andrew Luck came back in a couple of years? Probably not. But I think there's a better chance that Gronkowski comes back if he's feeling good than if Andrew Luck comes back.
I disagree. I think Gronk has had such a unbelievable. He's been successful in everything he's done. Rookie of the year, several Super Bowls. He's already won everything he needs to win. Luck hasn't won anything.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Luck is stuck, or he was stuck in Indianapolis. I could see him coming back in maybe a Texas or a California market.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. But tomorrow's going to be a fun show. Not to say that today wasn't fun at all. But tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk a little Raiders with a beat writer. We're also going to have Bernie Fratto in studio as well. And Mike Babcock. Have a great night, everybody.